the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in the binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
Jan Baudouin de Courtenay, a prominent Polish linguist and Slavist, is primarily recognized for his profound impact on the development of linguistic theory, particularly in the field of phonology. His most significant contribution lies in his pioneering work on the theory of the phoneme and the analysis of phonetic alternations, which laid crucial groundwork for modern phonological studies and influenced major linguistic schools such as those in Leningrad, Moscow, and Prague. Jan Baudouin de Courtenay was born on March 13, 1845, in Radzymin, a town near Warsaw, which at the time was part of Congress Poland under Russian imperial rule. He came from a family of distant French ancestry, with one of his forebears having served as a French aristocrat in the military of Polish King August II. Despite his French lineage and Catholic background, he considered himself unequivocally Polish and, in his later life, an atheist. His early education saw him enter the Faculty of History and Philology at the Warsaw Main School, the precursor to Warsaw University, in 1862. He completed his studies there in 1866, earning a master's degree. Following this, he was awarded a scholarship from the Russian Imperial Ministry of Education, which allowed him to pursue further studies abroad. This period proved crucial for his intellectual development, as he immersed himself in linguistic studies at various prestigious European universities, including Prague, Jena, and Berlin. During these travels, he delved into comparative Indo-European, Sanskrit, and Slavic philology, notably studying under scholars like Schleicher in Prague and Weber in Berlin. His academic achievements continued with the conferral of a PhD from the University of Leipzig in 1870 for his work on analogy, and a master's degree from St. Petersburg for his Polish language dissertation on the Old Polish language before the 14th century. In 1872, he undertook a significant field trip to study Slovenian dialects in southwestern Austria and northern Italy, during which he also attended lectures by Ascoli in Milan. He earned a second doctorate in Russia for his phonetic outline of Slovenian dialects, further solidifying his reputation as a burgeoning linguist deeply engaged with empirical research. This robust early life, characterized by extensive academic pursuits and diverse linguistic explorations across Europe, laid the foundation for his groundbreaking contributions to phonology and linguistic theory. During his initial professional roles, particularly his time at St. Petersburg Imperial University from 1871 to 1875 and especially his pivotal professorship at Kazan University from 1875 to 1883, Jean Baudouin de Courtenay was intensely focused on developing the foundational principles of his linguistic theories. While he didn't produce a single, comprehensive book during this precise period that encapsulated his entire theoretical system, his groundbreaking ideas on the phoneme and phonetic alternations were actively conceived and elaborated. His key theoretical contributions from this era were primarily disseminated through scholarly articles and dissertations, which, while not always published as widely accessible books in the modern sense, were nevertheless crucial academic publications. Furthermore, the Kazan School of Linguistics, which he founded, served as a vibrant intellectual hub where his theories were developed, discussed, and refined through his lectures and direct interactions with students and colleagues, most notably Mykolaic Krusowski, whose work significantly complemented Baudouin de Courtenay's. A seminal work from his Kazan period, an attempt at a theory of phonetic alternations, published in 1878, was a pivotal paper detailing his developing theory. He also produced significant works such as on the relation of Russian grammar to the grammar of Old Church Slavonic in 1879, applying his theoretical linguistic principles to Slavic languages, and contributed to the revision and expansion of existing dictionaries, like V. Idal's Dictionary of the Russian Language, where he infused phonetic and morphological insights reflecting his evolving theories. It's important to understand that Baudouin de Courtenay's publication style was often more fluid and evolving than that of some Western European scholars of his time, with his ideas appearing in various forms. A comprehensive synthesis of his theories often emerged retrospectively or through later collected works. Following his impactful time in Kazan, Baudouin de Courtenay moved to the University of Dorpat, now Tartu, Estonia, holding a professorship from 1883 to 1893. During this decade, his intellectual interests broadened to include Baltic dialectology. He continued to apply his theoretical frameworks to specific linguistic analyses, publishing research papers that focused on the phonology and morphology of various Baltic dialects, thereby applying his methods of analyzing phonetic alternations and identifying phonemes. His work also involved publishing articles that refined or expanded upon his earlier theories, perhaps by comparing them with new data or different linguistic phenomena. Subsequently, he happily returned to Polish lands in 1893, taking up a professorship at the Jagiellonian University in Krakow, then under Austro-Hungarian rule. During this period until 1900, his academic output continued, likely encompassing further studies in Slavic languages, where he applied his theoretical approaches to Polish, Old Church Slavonic, and other Slavic tongues. Given his prolific nature, he would have also continued to contribute to general linguistic theory through essays or papers published in academic journals of the time. While specific book titles summarizing his entire output from these periods are less common, it is crucial to recognize that his innovative concepts of the phoneme, phonetic alternations, and his emphasis on the psychological reality of linguistic units were being actively developed and presented in his various academic writings, lectures, and through the collaborative work within the schools he established or significantly influenced during these foundational decades of his career. Much of his work from this era laid the essential groundwork that would later be appreciated and elaborated upon by subsequent structuralist linguists. After his time at the Jagiellonian University in Krakow concluded in 1900 due to his outspoken political views, Jean Baudouin de Courtenay returned to Russia, accepting a professorship at St. Petersburg University, where he remained from 1900 to 1918. This second period in St. Petersburg proved to be another highly productive, though often turbulent, phase of his illustrious career. While large, single books from this period are less common than collections of his extensive articles, his influence was profound, primarily exerted through numerous articles and essays published in Russian and international journals, where he meticulously developed his ideas on the phoneme, morphology, and the psychological aspects of language. Many of these scattered works later became cornerstones of anthologies of his work, most notably the posthumously published Selected Works on General Linguistics from 1963, which extensively draws from his writings of the St. Petersburg period, bringing together many of his key contributions. He also published a revised and elaborated an attempt at a theory of phonetic alternations, second edition in 1903, demonstrating his continuous intellectual evolution. Furthermore, his active involvement in the editorial boards of various linguistic publications further shaped the discourse and dissemination of new ideas within the field. Beyond his impressive academic output, this period was also characterized by his significant social and political activism. His progressive and often controversial views, particularly his fervent advocacy for minority rights and his sharp criticism of the Tsarist regime, frequently brought him into direct conflict with the authorities. This culminated in a notable incident in 1913, when, at 68 years old, he was briefly imprisoned for publishing a pamphlet that severely criticized the Tsarist government's suppression of national minorities, an event that highlighted his unwavering commitment to his principles even at great personal risk. He was ultimately released due to the outbreak of World War I. With Poland's independence regained in 1918, Baudouin de Courtenay returned to his homeland in 1919, accepting a professorship at the re-established University of Warsaw. Despite his advanced age, he remained highly active, playing a central role in shaping its linguistics faculty. Until his death in 1929, he lectured, supervised students, published, and consolidated his life's work, profoundly influencing a new generation of Polish linguists. Throughout this final decade, he remained a vocal social activist, advocating for pacifism, environmental protection, feminism, and educational progress. His commitment to social justice also saw him lead the Polish Esperanto Association, and in 1922, national minority representatives even nominated him for president. Jan Baudouin de Courtenay passed away in Warsaw on November 3, 1929. His monumental intellectual journey, from developing the phoneme concept to his enduring activism, fundamentally reshaped how language is studied and is evidenced by his hundreds of scientific works published in multiple languages. Notes: Anderson, Stephen R. 2021. Phonology in the 20th Century, 2nd, Revised and Expanded ed. Berlin, Language Science Press. doi 10.5281 Zenodo.5509618. ISBN 978-3-96110-327-0. ISSN 2629-172-X. Retrieved December 28, 2021. Ilowiecki, Maciej 1981. Cijnaki Polskij. Warsawa, Wydawnictwo Interpress. Pages 219 to 220. ISBN 978-83-223-1876-8. 3. 2003. 256. 2728. ISBN 978-5-85270-195-4. 3. ISBN 978-5-85270-218-0. Baudouin de Courtenay 1876-7, a detailed program of lectures for the academic year 1876-77, p. 115. Baudouin de Courtenay 1894, Probatieri I alternakji fontaznik, Cheskai, Agalna RWF, 20, pages 219 to 364, translated in German in January 1895 as Versuch einer Theorie phonetischer Alternationen, an attempt at a theory of phonetic alternations, excerpts in English in a Baudouin de Courtenay anthology, The Beginnings of Structural Linguistics, ed. And trans. Edward Stankios, Bloomington, London, Indiana Up, 1972. Anon. 1873. Sur la nature de consonnes nasales. Summary probably written by Louis Havas of a paper read at May 24 meeting of the Société de Linguistique de Paris. Revue critique d'histoire et de littérature 13, number 23, p. 368. Roman Jakobson, Selected Writings, Word and Language, Volume 2, Walter de Gruyter, 1971, p. 396. E. F. K. Kerner, Ferdinand de Saussure, Origin and Development of His Linguistic Thought in Western Studies of Language. A Contribution to the History and Theory of Linguistics, Braunschweig, Friedrich Vueg and Sohn, Oxford and Elmsford, N.Y. Pergamon Press, 1973. Davies, Norman, February 24, 2005. God's Playground, A History of Poland in 2 volumes. OUP Oxford. ISBN 0-19-925339-0. OCLC 7734840001. Baudouin de Courtenay, Romuald. Archivum Cobiet. archiwum cobiet.pl, retrieved August 25, 2022. Grzegorz Krzyjak, Pierzysa Antisemitismo I Narodowym Iluzjum. Pierzypadki Jana Baudouina de Courtenay. 2006 references. Arlita Adamska-Salashik, Jan Baudouin de Courtenay's Contribution to Linguistic Theory, Historiographia Linguistica 25 1998, 25-60, reprint in Towards a History of Linguistics in Poland, From the Early Beginnings to the End of the 20th Century, eds E. F. K. Kerner and Alexander Zwiedek. Amsterdam, Philadelphia, John Benjamins, 2001, pages 175 to 208. Maria de Salvo. Il Pensiero Linguistico di J. Baudouin de Courtenay. Venice and Padua, Marsilio, 1975. Frank Hausler. Das Problem Phonetik und Phonologie bei Baudouin de Courtenay und in seiner Nachfolge. Leipzig, Niemeyer, 1968, 2nd ed. Halle Sala, Max Niemeyer, 1976. Roman Jakobson. The Kazan School of Polish Linguistics and its Place in the International Development of Phonology, Roman Jakobson, Selected Writings, Volume 2, Word and Language. The Hague, Mouton, 1972. E. F. K. Kerner. Essays in the History of Linguistics. Amsterdam and Philadelphia, John Benjamins, 2004, ch. 7. E. F. K. Kerner. Jan Baudouin de Courtenay, His Place in the History of Linguistic Science, Canadian Slavonic Papers Review Canadienne de Slavistes 14, No. 4 1972, 663-682 repair. In Tour de Historiographie of Linguistics, Selected Essays, 1978, pages 107 to 126. R. A. Rothstein. The Linguist as Dissenter, Jan Baudouin de Courtenay, for Victor Weintraub, Essays in Polish Literature, Language and History presented on the occasion of his 65th birthday, ed. V. Ehrlich. The Hague, Mouton, 1975. W. R. Schmalstieg, Baudouin de Courtenay Contribution to Lithuanian Linguistics, Lituanus 41, Number 1 1995, 5-25. Edward Stankios ed. And trans. A Baudouin de Courtenay anthology, The Beginnings of Structural Linguistics. Bloomington and London, Indiana University Press, 1972. Edward Stankios. Baudouin de Courtenay and the Foundations of Structural Linguistics. Liss, Peter de Ritter Press, 1976. Philip Strasny, ed. Baudouin de Courtenay, Jan Ignacy Niesislaw, Encyclopedia of Linguistics, Volume 1, A. L. New York, Oxon, Fitzroy Dearborn, 2005, pages 128-130. Margaret Thomas, Jan Baudouin de Courtenay 1845-1929, 50 Key Thinkers on Language and Linguistics. London, New York, Routledge, 2011, pages 135-140.
Mics on the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No light, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Hidden in shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just the beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, the world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Pure and raw.
Play.